There was a night I told God I didn't have anything left. And that's the night He showed me what He'd been building. Welcome to the Clarity Nest by Raising Zayah. The turning didn't come as a miracle, it came as a moment. Quiet, almost missable. I was sitting beside her isolette. My body was tired in a way that isn't about sleep. My faith was tired in a way I didn't have language for. And I remember saying, God, I can't carry this. Not as a prayer, as a surrender. I was done pretending I was strong. I was done performing peace. I was done being the woman who nodded at the doctors and fell apart in the parking lot. God, I can't carry this. And something in the room shifted. Not lights, not signs, not a voice from the sky, just a knowing. You were never supposed to carry it alone. I looked at her, my girl, wires and tape and the softest cheek I had ever seen, my blossoming butterfly, my princess warrior, brave Zayah, before I even called her that. And I saw something I hadn't been able to see through the fear. She was thriving, not by the world's measurements, by hers. Her fingers wrapped around mine a little stronger than yesterday. Her lungs pulled a breath a little deeper than the day before. Her eyes, God, her eyes looked at me like she knew me, like she had known me before she knew me. I cried the kind of cry that doesn't have sadness in it anymore, just release, just gratitude, just the realization that this whole time God had been doing the carrying. I just hadn't let go of the weight. The turning wasn't a healing. Let me say that again. The turning wasn't a healing. She still had DiGeorge, she still had hypotonia, she still had a medical file thicker than most adults ever see. The turning was me. The turning was learning that faith is not the absence of fear. Faith is the decision to keep walking while you're still afraid. The turning was the nurse who looked me in the eyes and said, "She's a fighter, and so are you," and meant it. The turning was the scripture that showed up in my phone one morning from a woman I hadn't spoken to in years. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. I read it 3 times, and then I read it to Zayah, and I understood. God had known her before the diagnosis. God had known her before the NICU. God had known her before my plan, before my fear, before my no, not this. He had known her, and He had chosen me to raise her. That was the turning. Not that the road got easier. The road is still hard. The road will always be hard, but I am not walking it alone, and neither is she. She's a blossoming butterfly, and every day she opens her wings a little more, and every day I realize the cocoon was never a prison. It was a preparation for both of us. I want to ask you something honest. When did you stop trying to carry it alone? What did grace look like the first time it actually broke through for you? Tell me in the comments. Your turning might be someone else's turning. This is part 3, the turning. Next is the becoming, where I tell you who I am now and what I tell the mother just getting the diagnosis. If you're in the middle tonight, know this. God is not asking you to carry it. He is asking you to let Him. If this video supported you today, you're invited to stay connected. You can like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to continue walking this journey with us. There's a free resource waiting for you in the description, along with our courses and what's coming next. And when you're ready, the next video is here for you.